Hi, I'm Kim. This is my wife Patricia. We're talking about peeling chili, how to roast it, how to peel it, and how to eat it. The most acceptable way to peel chili is right after you roast it and right after it's sweated for a while in a plastic bag. You just simply pull it off, all the pieces. Actually, don't want to put them up there on a plate, but there you have it. Now, later on, you'll see where I wash the chili underneath the faucet, running water. And when you do that, you take away a lot of the nutrients that are in the chili. As far as the seeds go, a lot of people don't like to eat the seeds, and a lot of people cannot really tolerate the juices of the chili that much. There's always going to be juices that's in the chili itself when you eat it, but most of the nutritive value is in the chili itself. So really, this is about all you have to do. Once it's roasted, you just peel it like this. You can go kind of quick. You see that outer covering that I've been talking about. It peels down. Sometimes it doesn't come down straight where you get a lot of chili that's mushy. So you got to kind of hang on to it and just peel it down. So you don't want to eat that. Some people do. Some people don't even roast it. But the whole idea of roasting it is to take off this outer layer of skin. And it enhances the flavor. Pull the top off, you're done. You can go ahead and put those in plastic bags and seal them and freeze them. Don't forget to mark them and label them. Nice piece of chili. Again, if you don't want the seeds, not a problem. You can go ahead and wash them underneath running water, cold running water, and get them clean. It's a good food product. It's available in Colorado, New Mexico, California, different places around the United States, South America. It's a staple of a lot of people's diet. And then with the peelings, you just throw them away. And the reason why this is coming off so easy is because Patty sprayed it down with water as it was roasting, and we allowed it to sweat. Because there are times, if you roast chili and if you roast it dry and you don't spray it with water, it's difficult to peel. But now this here is actually extremely easy. Oh, one more thing. When you go to eat chili, anything like this, regardless of what you think about garlic, garlic is a natural antibiotic. And garlic will take away pretty much any possibility that the chili will upset your system, give you a sore stomach, upset stomach. Sprinkle a little bit of garlic over it, garlic salt, garlic powder, or just roast natural garlic with it, and shouldn't be any problem there at all. So let's get on with the movie. As you can see right here, these here are called Anaheim chili. We bought them in Pueblo, Colorado today. Obviously they're in a bag that says cabbage. This is not cabbage. But we bought 2 bushel. 1 bushel we're going to roast later. This is what they look like. Fresh out of the fields in Pueblo. And then when they're roasted, you can come on over here. We'll show you. We bought a bushel that was roasted. This is all there is of an entire bushel of chili once it's roasted. That's all there is. Once it's roasted and sprayed with water while it's being roasted, then you spray it again when you're done, and then you put the whole thing in a plastic bag and let it sweat. And that's what causes the outer covering of the chili to come off. It loosens it up. Turn on the water. Basically what you're doing here, you're pulling it down, pulling off that outer covering. Now some people don't, but really you should, simply because it's kind of really hard and a little bit more difficult to digest. Chilies are high in vitamin C and other antioxidants. Now this chili is clean. What we do, as you can see, as the chili's clean, you put it in here and you can use it for anything. Put it in stews, salsa, put it in a sandwich, you can put it on a tortilla. You can use it for everything. Okay, here's Patty. She's getting some more ready. It's just been washed. See the chili? She's going to bring that outside and start roasting. Okay, the chili has already been washed, and now Patricia is putting the chili on a grill outside to roast it. This is one way that the average person can go ahead and roast chili, and you don't have to pay extra to get it roasted when you buy it. Currently, 2004, the prices of roasted chili in Pueblo, Colorado is $18 a bushel. We remember when it was $5 to $7 a bushel. Now you can see that she's spraying the chili with water. The chili was already cleaned in the sink. Now she's spraying it more. And this is with cold water. This roasting process will go on medium-high heat anywhere from about 10 to 20 minutes. It just depends upon how long it takes the chili to actually become roasted. This will swell the outer layer of the chili, allowing it to be peeled. Typical backyard barbecue grill is all you need. Now you can also roast chili in the oven at home. But it does get messy in the oven. As the chili becomes brown and dark, it's turned over to the opposite side. And again, water is sprayed. Yep, you can turn them by hand and burn your fingers, or you can go ahead and use tongues. And again, as you turn it, you must keep the chili moist. Notice how dark that the chili's getting. best to do this in a grill such as this to keep from making your oven dirty. Always spray the chili well to keep the moisture content high on the outside. Again, this causes the outer skin to peel off. Once the roasting is completed, it will be placed into a plastic bag to allow sweating. The sweating also intensifies the ease in which the skin can be removed from the chili. Now you can see how dark the chili is getting. Certain spots are darker than others because the heat buildup was higher. That's the way it is when you're using propane. And here the chili's done here, some of it is. Get a little bit of a close-up, show you what that chili looks like all the way around. Now she'll put it in the bag. Now you got to be careful, if that chili's a little bit too hot going in there, physically that is, it'll burn right through that plastic bag. So you got to be a little bit careful on that, obviously. As the chili becomes roasted on all sides, now you can see how black that one is on that one side. Right down in there. Now that's still okay. That's getting a little done. But as that chili turns that color, spray it down with water again. Put it in the bag. Now the whole idea of that, putting it in the bag, is to allow the water and the moisture to go ahead and sweat and cause the outside layer of skin that's on that chili to be lifted. So to where, as we showed earlier, you actually peel the skin from the chili. And the outer layer of skin, or if you want to use the word membrane, is very thin, because you can overcook these to where the whole chili will fall apart. Obviously it's useless then, and the whole chili's wasted. Unless you want to spend about a half hour, 45 minutes picking through there on one chili. Of course that's unreasonable. And as more room becomes available on the grill patty, go ahead and place more fresh chili on there to become roasted. Simple backyard barbecue can be turned into a chili roaster. It doesn't tumble like the big professional ones do, but I'll tell you what, it works just as good. As I was telling my wife about the smell out here, it smells so good, that roasted chili. As you can see, she's holding up the bag. The chili can either be a single bag or a double bag, freezer type bag, something that's tough. Again, if the chili gets too hot, it'll just burn through the bag. You don't want that. But just keep that water sprayed on there and spray it again once it's in the bag, and you shouldn't have any trouble, because again, you want it to sweat. Always make sure you have adequate propane available when you start a project like this, because I think we're running a little bit low. So it's always a good idea. Plan ahead of time. Now if you do this inside your house, your whole house will smell like this. And it smells good. Believe me, if you have any flies in the house, you're trying to kill them, that smell of roasted chili will chase them right out of the house. See again how Patty just keeps spraying that water on there. It keeps everything just nice and saturated. Nice bag of chili right there sweating up. And also on our bottles, I like to mark all our bottles. For example, this spray bottle here is water only, H2O. It has to be marked water only. You don't want to be spraying anything else on there but water. You can also roast garlic with your chili too. Sometimes it'll slip down between the grill. Just burn up. But roasting this chili is a good thing because it tastes good, it's healthy for you, it's high in vitamin C and other antioxidants. And it's a good change too from the old humdrum things that you put on sandwiches, you put in stews, you make salsa. Oh, there's all kinds of things you can do with this. It's a good food crop. It's overlooked by a lot of people, but it's definitely well worth the effort to go ahead and roast chili yourself so you can get the experience, or you can go ahead and buy it pre-roasted. May have to pick that one up, Patty. There you go, you got it.
I can smell that one that just fell in there.
Can you? I tell you, that smells good. Not a problem with that. Yeah, Patty and I are just talking about our golden retriever. We used to have, he died here a couple years ago. Every time we would roast chili, he would come over here, and anything that fell off, got a little bit too burnt, that fell on the ground, he'd eat it. He would actually eat that chili. And he liked it. He lived a long time. 16 years. Human years. Of course, you'd multiply that by 7. That'll basically tell you how old he was. He lived a pretty long time. That bag's getting full, isn't it, Patty?
Yeah, I think maybe a couple more.
Couple more?
Yeah. And that'll be that.
Alrighty. Then as space is made available on the grill, you just put more chili on and roast it. Continue the process until it's done. And once that bag's full, if she's got enough in there where she thinks that's appropriate, she'll take the bag inside and usually put it in the sink and just let it sit there and sweat. She'll close the top and let it sweat there for a little bit. Maybe spray just a little bit more water in there. Keep that moisture content high. That's it? Okay. Let's see what she's doing there. Now you might want to check over the bag. Just make sure no holes were burned in there. Yeah. Remember one year we done a whole bunch? Dropped it on the ground. The hole burned in there. There you go. Now she'll take that inside and we'll continue the process. Same thing. Putting it on there, roasting. Maybe throw some garlic in there or whatever. Spraying it with water. Putting it in a plastic bag, letting it sweat. And then later, after a few hours sweating, start peeling. Okay, as you can see, Patricia is holding up the bags, letting you look at what 1 bushel of chili looks like in individual bags. Here you go. How many bags you got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. Now this chili is sweating. As you can see, some of the chili, the sweating in there, the moisture is collecting in the bag, and it's causing the chili to sweat and causing that outer skin to go ahead and peel away. Or at least loosen up, and then we have to go ahead and physically peel it away. Here, we can go ahead and see all the chili that was peeled. All this was peeled, and it's now in a bowl. This here amounts to 1 bushel of roasted chili. It's hard to believe all of that bushel is right here, but that's the way it is. It's been washed and cleaned. Now what we do, get a plastic bag, freezer bag, and you put enough in here to feed how many people that's in your home or how many you'll usually eat within 1 or 2 sittings. So grab your chili. Now you can be real fancy if you want. And fold it all down or pack it straight, whatever you want. Is that about how much you want? A little piece of that. Skin coming back out. Is that about how much you want?
Yeah.
Does that look good? That's about how much we'll want there. What we'll do here is seal this up, squeeze out the air, and we'll go ahead and finish that sealing. Now ideally, if you could vacuum pack this, as well as with any meats, fish, fowl, or chili, vegetables, if you do vacuum pack it and seal it, well, it will last for actually years in the freezer. And again, this here you can use in soups and stews, with meats, on sandwiches, in salsa, for just about anything that you eat in the everyday world. You can go ahead and use this chili for that. You can get Anaheim chili and other forms of chili from Pueblo, Colorado, and different places around the country that grow chili. And it can be hot, mild, extra hot, whatever it is you want, whatever your palate can taste and like. Then usually you can go ahead and write the date up here with a permanent marker, what the date is. And it will keep anywhere from 6 months to about a year and a quarter to a year and a half. Now that's stretching it a bit. Most of the time, all the chili is usually consumed around here within a year or less. There's been years that we've bought 6, 7, 8, 9 bushels of chili in 1 year. One year we got, 7 bushels of chili, and we roasted it all in 1 day. Never going to do that again. That's too much work. About that much? Just a little bit more?
A little bit more.
Okay. In case you're wondering, I'm talking to my wife. She's on the camera. She's the boss around here.
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
About halfway.
About halfway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. Get this one in here. That one's split. Again, these chilies are nice. They're good. A little more. And you seal the bag up. Squeeze out all the air. Just fold that over. And you keep doing that until you get everything done. Then you can go ahead and place that in the freezer. And that's how you do chili.